Yes, we are live. Yay!
Yay!
Hi, Anthony. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's our pleasure. And everyone actually knows who you are, but I will just say it for people who see you first time. Anthony Mattis is Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, talk to the entities, being you, and opening of the symphony certified facilitator, right? And you are the first one who did opening of the symphony classes all around the world, right?
Yay! Yeah, yes, that's correct.
Yeah. And I attended your opening of the symphony class after I attended like 7 Symphony of Possibility classes,
Remember?
but it was so different. It
Yeah.
was so much more ease.
Well, all those SOP classes that you took in the Maestro classes sort of paved the way and made my job way easier. So it was sort of like, you never know when your receiving will open up. And but it's like everything that we do builds up to that, and then eventually once that door opens a little, and then the next time you choose like a class or receive a body process or get facilitated, and that door goes, and that's what happened. So it made me look good, but it was also all those years of really you preparing and showing up and being willing to look at stuff. And so it made me look good. So I'm not going to take the credit. It's really yourself and all the classes you had with Dane and all the other facilitators. It just, you were sort of like right. You were ready to,
Yeah, but also it was a different energy. Like, I'm so happy for everyone will attend to SOP class that now they have the option to attend to opening of the symphony classes. It will make their life easier, I guess. Also,
Thank you.
right?
Thank you. Yeah, Dane gave me a wonderful acknowledgement. He's like, for years people would say that Dane has a way of translating Gary because a lot of
Mm,
people don't understand Gary. And then he
yeah.
goes, now when I try to speak SOP, he's like, people are like, huh? But then when Anthony talks about it, he has a way of translating what Dane's been trying to say, or what Dane has been saying. I just say it in a different way that might be more palpable for people.
Ah, yeah, yeah. Now I get it. Like, you are talking about the same energy. You are um, like showing the same space, but it's coming from different energies, and it opens up more for us, I guess, right?
Well, it's not more or less. It's like you said, it's actually different because it's different
Mm,
energies because we're different people, we're different beings, right? And we vibrate on a very different frequency,
yeah.
and Dane's been, he's like the creator of this work, and he's been doing it for I don't know how long, 23, 24, 25 years. And so the spaces that he has accessed
Mm,
personally on his own, you can't you can't describe that to people, right? It's a journey that you have to actually go on.
yeah.
And I've been lucky enough to access some of those spaces. And because I've worked on him and Gary for the last 13 years or so, doing SOP energy, it actually opened up my universe.
Mm,
It opened up spaces to me that somehow allowed me to receive the magic of the access tools in a very, very dynamic way that I wasn't able to really receive from like a regular class. And
mm,
so what I've been trying to do since then, and I think this is what you're acknowledging, and I'm thankful for it because it's working, is I try to take those experiences and those spaces that I've accessed from working on Gary and Dane and from them working with me and present it to you guys in a way that you could actually at least get a sense that it's something that you can also be too.
Yeah.
And that's what you're saying and acknowledging. But everything you've been doing has been a preparation to receive, especially that. And I remember that day. I remember you getting up off the table and you're like, I could see your whole world changed and you started to get the download, but it wasn't like going like this, even though it may have felt like that. It was more going like this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it was already inside you, it was already, it is you.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then also, like, I didn't expect to do this. This wasn't like a target, like, hey, one day I'm going to facilitate alongside, Dr. Dane here. I was just doing SOP classes because it was a prerequisite to become a certified facilitator. You know what I mean? I was just on that journey. And, and by profession, I'm a chiropractor, or I was a chiropractor, and I always loved doing energy work and doing even alternative healing methods to even chiropractic. So, yeah, I don't know. I just got really lucky one day, and the guy, Dane, just asked me to work on him in class as a chiropractor, and I did. And then Gary Douglas, the founder of Access Consciousness, asked me to work on him as well, but not as a chiropractor. So I'm like, well, what the hell am I going to do? And thank God Dane happened to be in the room at the time. I'm like, does Gary want chiropractic? He's like, no. I'm like, well, what am I going to do? He's like, you'll figure it out. And then I remember Dane's story because that's how it showed up for him as well.
Yeah.
And it was a magical day. I'll tell you, it was such a beautiful, magical day, and an acknowledgement of what I always knew was possible since I was a little boy, but I just never. I was presented those things in different ways throughout all the different modalities I did and different gurus and stuff. And I had a lot of cool experience, but this particular experience with Gary and Dane was so different and monumental for me that, yeah, we opened up some spaces, and because they are them, it was like they opened up the door and I got to walk in it. And that's what I try to be and do for people in the opening of the symphony classes. And as I oversee the SOP classes too in the afternoon. So
Yeah.
and all the classes, really.
Yeah. Also, as a participant of SOP classes, I always had this point of view somewhere in my mind. I was the creator of that point of view, and I was keeping it there so I can keep myself back, like, okay, this is SOP, this belongs to Dane, not mine. So I'm just a participant, but when you started to facilitate these classes, I was like, okay, I think I was bullshitting to myself.
You were. And again, because, look, Dane's, like I said, he's been doing it for 25 years. And we all recognize the level of courage that he needed to be the first person, right? There's a level of vulnerability you have to have with this work. And that's why I think you don't see a lot of men in Access, or at least the ratio between men and women is, there's like 90% women and 10% men. And of the 10% of the men that are there, maybe half of them are gay. You know what I mean? And it's like, but like to have like a guy, whatever this reality says a man is, you know what I mean? It's like, you don't see many of those guys, right? I mean, I'm not gay, but, everybody thought I was gay. You know what I mean?
I remember.
So I'm not like a real man according to this reality. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I went off on a tangent there. But so what I'm saying is this is more of a testament to the fact that it took so much courage for Dane to go on this journey alone. Like, we have each other.
Yeah.
He went on this journey alone, and as a result of that, it created this like level of power and potency in his world that sometimes we allow ourselves to get distracted by it. Like, oh, we can never be that. But that's the lie. That's the lie. And he has been inviting us to to access that within ourselves, you know. But sometimes it's hard to relate to. I'm like, yes, but you're big and bright and shiny, and I'm here, all over here. And it's like, okay, so that's why one day, like 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, dude, I think I could be like a bridge to help people see, at least taste, that maybe they can really finally get what you've been saying, but they
Yeah.
can't hear it because they're too distracted by the big, briny, shining light that you be. Right? And so I don't know. Thank you. And it's a lot of fun. And yeah, I just try to like be with it in a way that maybe people can see themselves in my story and my journey as well. And it seems to be effective, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's inspirational, truly, truly. And I know your story. I know what you have been through. We all have our stories. You know, we
Yeah.
all come to access to solve something or fix something. And then after a while, we get that there is nothing to change or fix, just something different to choose.
Mhm.
Right? I got that like after 6 years or seven. I don't remember exactly, but I remember that day. I was like, oh my God, I'm still trying to fix myself, change myself, the wrongness of me, blah, blah.
Mhm.
Holy shit, I will just choose something different.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, finally, hallelujah.
You're so right. You know, most people come to Access because they want to fix something that is broken, or they want to get out of pain or suffering. And um, I kind of gave up on the consciousness trail and journey after my wife had committed suicide.
Hmm.
You know, we had gurus, we were master practitioners in metaphysical work. You know, we did breath work, all sorts of different modalities, rebirthing, all that, all sound therapy, everything, blah blah, holistic, everything. And then so by the time I got to Access, it was so bizarre because I was really fed up with techniques and modalities at that point. I was done, you know. I was very involved in the church too, spoken tongues. I laid my hand on people, prayed in the name of Jesus. I did that, you know. It's like I did it all, and I had a lot of really cool supernatural experiences, but it never translated to my everyday life. They were cool
Yeah.
experiences, they were cool events, but I was
Yeah.
still struggling. I still felt inadequate. I'm a widower now at this point, you know, raising 3 kids by myself. I'm like, what the fuck, man? For someone who's been working their ass off for consciousness and God or whatever, I'm like, I got fucking shit to show for it. Right. So by the time I got to, so Access was weird. When I first learned about it, I was like, hmm. So they're saying they go beyond the subconscious mind. So where I might be stuck might be energetic. It may not even be something you can touch or smell or see or even hear. Or it's way beyond psychotherapy. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe this might explain why I haven't been able to change shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was curious. And I literally was like this in all the classes by the time I got to Access, because I'd spent so much money on all this other shit and I had nothing to show for it. And then I don't know, I just started having these experiences and change and more change and more change. And then it started to ignite that desire I had since I was a little boy, which was like this desire for, I don't want to sound all metaphysical, like consciousness, but it's something that's beyond what this reality presents itself as. I always knew there was something else. And I
Yeah.
used to smoke pot or do ecstasy to kind of access those realms and whatever. But then I'm like, this isn't working either. There's got to be a way to access these things and be these things on a daily basis without having to do drugs and stuff. And
Yeah.
so that's what started getting created in my world with the tools. And it was like really fucking cool. And so that was over 13 years ago. And then I realized it's more than just getting you through your pain and suffering, that there is a way to break down the matrix.
Yeah.
There is a way to access other dimensions and realities without being significant, without being so heavenly minded we're no earthly good, but to
Mm.
actually have it be pragmatic and see your everyday life change and prosper.
So we can truly live.
Yes,
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And not be made wrong for being maybe a little bit different.
Oh, yes, that.
You know, it's like, well, one of the things that really bitch slapped me was how I've spent my entire life trying to fit in. And we're not meant to fit in. We
Yeah.
are the weirdos. We are the unicorns of this reality. And it's not to make other people wrong, but it's like we've been making ourselves wrong because we couldn't find our place in this world. Well, what if there was no place for us? And so this is an invitation for you to be more of you, not to go against anybody, but to actually stop going against yourself.
Mhm. And you said maybe it's not about other things, it's about the energetics.
It's all energetics here, right? You know,
Yeah.
it's everything.
Yeah.
That's where it all
But
starts.
yeah. But we used to think that if I can solve this problem, if I can solve this relationship problem, if I can solve this money problem, and then everything will be fine.
Yeah.
But it's not that.
Mm-mm.
It's more like acknowledging that we are energetic beings and we have these energetic capacities and we have this energetic engagement with the rest of the universe and more, and we are magical, but it's not easy to talk about these things.
Well, you're saying it beautifully and wonderfully, and but it doesn't need to look a certain way. You could
Mm.
still go back or go forward to your life after these classes, but the way it actually shows up is people are like, you've changed. You know, they'll be like, "Did you get a haircut? Or are you wearing different makeup? Or did you lose weight?" Like, there's something different about you, right? And you don't need to tell them what you're doing, but it's like you are being. It's like your light is brighter.
Yeah, mostly they tell me, you are shining, what are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
doing, you look so happy. Is
yeah.
it because you're traveling all around the world now? What is
Yeah,
it you are doing? I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just having fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm shining inside
yeah,
out.
exactly, exactly. And it doesn't mean we don't have our good days and our bad days. And usually, most of the bad days is just our awarenesses of everybody else's bad days.
Yeah, yeah. And it doesn't take so long. Like you don't stuck in them like months or years.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
a couple of questions.
right. You know, the thing that sometimes I'm getting more an allowance of it, but it'd be, it's like, what would it take to live in a world where alternative methods weren't alternative? Like, what if these methods were part of people's everyday lives? They don't have to give anything else up other than just maybe their insane points of view. But
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, because I just see what's available with these tools and what can change for people. And it's like, wow, there's so much fear that if they go outside the box, like they'll go down this path of no return and they'll be in the abyss of hell or something. I mean, there's like people get crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about? This is about like creating heaven on earth, man. What are you fucking talking about? You know, it's like, come on. But I realized that our way of thinking is really weird and abnormal.
Thank
And you
God.
see it. I see kids struggling. I see teenagers struggling. You know, I see, even family members struggling. And these are conversations I'm not able to have with them.
That's the beautiful part. I moved to Bodrum, southern Turkey. I mean, I still have a house in Istanbul. Now I have the choice to have two houses. I didn't have that before, you know? It was, oh my God, I can't afford that, blah, blah. But now I have it. And I went to a store to buy some curtains. And I was talking to them, and the guy was so nice. He was doing everything for me, you know? He was an amazing guy.
Yeah.
And but he was like, don't worry, I will make all the discounts. I know these days are so tough, blah, blah. I said, no, 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 all good. I'm so grateful for you. You know, you are so kind, you are helping. Thank you so much for everything. And then we started to talk. And then I said, hey, you look a really nice person, you know. I wish you could live longer and be healthier and happier because you look so nice. He was like, what? But if you go like this, you know, making relevant everything to yourself and your business, I don't think you will live longer. He was like, yes, I don't think so too.
Yeah, you made him happy, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the gift that I've noticed that we be for people like that, like service us in one form or another, you know, and that our gratitude for their love for what they do in their jobs. Like we are truly, we have this level of gratitude for people because we perceive the energetics of
Mm,
their love for their craft.
yeah.
And not everybody does. And they get excited about it. They get excited around us, you know what I mean? And that's the
Yeah.
gift that we be.
Yeah. And now I meet new people every day here, you know, handymans, blah, blah. And they all say, you're so joyful.
Yeah,
It's so nice to meet you. I'm
yeah,
like, thank you.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, because that's the energy you be. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I used to like that. And in time, in years, you know, with judgments and trying to fit and not being able to, blah, blah, I was so depressed and so unhappy. I was laughing like this. You know?
Exactly. It was like painful to laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a sound. But after access classes and 3 day body class, oh my God, I remember my first one. And I was bedridden. And then with 3 bar sessions, I wasn't anymore. And then I got foundation. And next month, I went to 3 day body. And we took so many pictures, you know. And I looked at those pictures before class, after class. I was like, holy shit, who the fuck is she? She's
Yeah.
not me before class.
Yeah.
After class, I was me.
Yeah.
And it's 3 day, just 3 day.
3 days.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's what happens. And that's what's available for everyone if they would like to receive it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And SOP is something different, and bars is something different, and body processes are something different. And they all contribute
Yep.
like differently. Ah,
All different ways. They have their own unique energetic contributions.
yeah. Yeah.
And it's beautiful because there's so many resources available
Yeah.
within the Access Consciousness umbrella. So it's
Yeah.
amazing. Everywhere
It,
from helping people with abuse, money issues, relationship issues, body issues, you name it.
yeah. It's like, what's the word? Um, contemplating each other. Is it the word?
They
I'm using
complement each other.
complimenting. Ah,
Yes.
thank you.
Yes. Yes. They do. They just all dance with one another, and it's amazing. It's like you'll start to feel like something changing, but not quite all the way. And then you go to like a body class, and it just goes, right?
Yeah.
Or like you're at the body class, and things are changing and unraveling. But then you go to SOP, and it goes, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And or
Yeah.
you receive like an abuse hold body process, or you go to abuse class, and you're like, oh my god, all the abuse that's been locked in my body is finally melting. it's really cool. It's a beautiful thing that Gary Douglas, the founder of Access, and Dr. Dane here created over the
Yeah.
last 30 years. And we've been an instrumental part of that as well, just by
Yeah,
showing up.
exactly. And we will have you in Istanbul soon. You are
Yes,
coming
I can't
here.
wait. My first time.
Yoo-hoo! Yeah, and your wife Julia came here a couple of times. We had so much fun with her. She's amazing. You are amazing. I adore you
Yeah.
both guys. Truly, being with you is so much fun. I love
Thank
that.
you. Well, I
Really.
adore you too, Tuba. Thank you.
And we will have opening of the symphony class with you
Mhm.
on July 18th in Istanbul at Bayotel. It's in the Asian side of the city. And if people came to Istanbul, mostly they visited some tourist attractions in the European side, but Asian side is something different. It's a different vibration, different energy. I love it.
I can't wait. I have no idea.
I have to show you both sides
Okay.
since it's your first time. So,
Okay. Good.
and then on 19th of July, we will start our 3-day body class with you. 19th, 20th, and 21st of July. Oh my God, it will be an amazing birthday gift for me because July 29th is my birthday.
Ooh, okay. Birthday girl. So
Yeah,
it'll be your birthday week. How about that?
exactly. And I will start as a new me
There you
to my
go.
new age.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I
I
can't wait.
really would like to invite everyone. And Istanbul is an easy access, it's a hub. So everyone can fly with ease. If anyone has any question, they can reach out to me. I'm in the Access Consciousness website also. And oh my God, I'm so excited. My
Me
body is
too.
like,
Me
oh,
too.
you know,
I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. All right. Come
yeah.
through, everybody. We'd love to see you.
Oh, yes, we do. We would, truly. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for
Thank
coming
you so
tonight.
much. Adore
It's
you.
always amazing to chat with you, having you. Thank you so much, Anthony. See you
Pleasure. Thank
soon.
you. Bye.
Bye.